Welcome to Local Point, your life, your stories, with your host, Chris Piner.
Welcome to Local Point. I'm your host, Chris Piner. We have Lieutenant Jackie Davis and Jared Foster from the Utah Civil Air Patrol with us today. Nice to have you both here.
Thank you for having us.
Well, very good. Let's talk a little bit about what the Civil Air Patrol is.
Okay.
Who'd like to take that?
I'll take that one.
You take that one?
All right. So the Civil Air Patrol is the volunteer auxiliary of the United States Air Force. They're not, how do you say that? You know, they're not officially the Air Force, but we are part of the Air Force's total force is what they call it. It was established in 1941. 6 days before the attacks on Pearl Harbor. Back then, their mission was mostly they patrolled the coasts, looking for enemy submarines, that kind of thing. Now our mission has changed a little bit. We focus on disaster or emergency services, which includes disaster relief, search and rescue. Civil Air Patrol does almost 90% of inland search and rescues. If a plane goes down, they send Civil Air Patrol out to fly around and find the downed aircraft. They did Deepwater Horizon and Hurricane Katrina, and they were the first planes in the air after 9/11, so they got to go up and...
The very first ones.
The very first planes.
Everything was grounded, they were the ones that went
They were the
back
ones
up.
in the air that
and
went up.
And that's you all. Now, why have I not heard of the Civil Air Patrol around these parts? Are you new to this area?
We are. We just, our official start date was January 17th, so we're fairly new to the area. There have been units here in the past, but for some reason or other they were dissolved, and it's been about 15-20 years since there was a unit here in town. So
well, we're glad to have you back.
Yeah.
How did this happen? How did it come back on January 17th? Did something happen?
Well, it's been kind of a long process. So we've been about 6 months trying to get everybody the training that they need to do it and whatnot. And
were you instrumental in bringing the Civil Air Patrol back here?
A little later.
It sounds like you may have been involved.
I came in a little later in the game. There was a group of people who, I'm not even sure exactly how they heard of Civil Air Patrol. There was a big aerospace conference or class or something here in the basin, and somebody brought it up, and so that's kind of where it started. Then they started looking into how to become a unit and whatnot, and we kind of took it over from there. So here we are.
How might someone, you mentioned volunteer in the beginning. If one of our viewers is watching and they might be interested, is that something they could get involved with?
Oh, absolutely. The unit that we have here in Vernal is mainly a cadet unit. That's our main focus, is youth between the ages of 12 and 18. We do have positions available for senior members as well in the event that there's a parent or someone else that is interested in getting involved.
But you do like them to be connected to the cadets in some way? Is that
No, they don't necessarily have to be.
No,
they don't necessarily have to be. We do screen our senior members that come through to make sure that they're safe to be around our cadets. Safety is our #1 priority. But as far as the volunteer thing, you know, we're a very community-oriented organization. For example, just the other day, Jackie had a bunch of the cadets out and they were shoveling sidewalks for individuals. It was kind of a fundraiser, which was kind of cool, and there were some individuals that donated, which we're very appreciative for. But we weren't expecting it. You know, it was more of a community service outreach thing.
This sounds a little bit like the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts in some way as far as service and learning things. Are you hoping that the cadets will go on to do something else or be involved in the military? Is that the aim?
Not necessarily. We don't expect our cadets to be a part of the military or sign up for the military. That's not the intention of Civil Air Patrol.
Not the intent, but
no,
maybe they
all.
will. If they're,
but as you say, the community involvement and having that camaraderie as a group, similar to other agencies that are in the Uintah Basin, absolutely. Now,
and are the young cadets involved in things like search and rescue and
to an extent,
type of things?
We work hard to getting the training that they need so that if they want to go on and pursue that, they can. They can help with like the communications, some of the groundworks. It just kind of depends on the situation. The cadets learn a lot of leadership skills that's going to help them now and in the future. Lots of opportunity for scholarships, stuff like that.
Ooh,
so,
that's
yeah.
always good. Well, I am fascinated with the Civil Air Patrol, and with you two being here, I want to talk a little bit more about it and maybe visit with some of the cadets.
Absolutely.
Right, sounds good.
Stay tuned. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back to Local Point. Before the break, we were discussing the Civil Air Patrol and how it has recently made a return here to the Uintah Basin. And in this segment, I'm joined by two cadets of the Civil Air Patrol. Would you like to both introduce yourselves?
I'm Cadet Tyson Davis.
I'm Cadet Jessica Davis.
I like the sound of that. How do you like it?
I love
It
it.
feels pretty good, doesn't it? How did
Cool.
both of you get involved in the Civil Air Patrol?
Well, I don't really know how to answer that question. My mom just started doing some research, and I thought it would be pretty cool to join. So,
Good timing, too, since it really just came back recently. At the same time you were doing research? Is that the same with you?
He actually is the one who got me into it. My dad had mentioned it, but I really started getting into it once he told me about some of the things that go on in it.
What are some of the things that you like about the Civil Air Patrol
We
and
have
your involvement?
Okay, we have 5 O flights is what we call them, and they take you in an airplane and you get to go up and you actually get to fly the airplane.
That does sound like a lot of fun.
Yes, and I love it.
How many cadets are there now?
official cadets, there's totals of 6 here in the basin.
So you 6 are part of the charter group, right? Bringing it back. How exciting is that? Now, do you have regular meetings? Do you meet once a week or something?
We meet Tuesdays at 6 p.m. We usually go till about 8:30. We meet at the West USA building at 1293 West Highway 40. For some more information, you can call our Lieutenant Davis at 435-790-5538.
790-5538. Ask for?
Lieutenant Davis.
Lieutenant Davis, right? Very good. Are you all Davises? I noticed Cadet Davis and Cadet Davis here as well.
No, we have a couple of other names.
You have a
in
few
there,
others
but,
that
yeah.
are in the mix. Don't just ask for Davis, in other words.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty neat. Now, if any of our viewers happen to be watching and you're interested in a little more information about the Civil Air Patrol here, there's a website, right?
Yes,
Now, what
sir.
is that?
GoCivilAirPatrol.com.
Very good, very good. GoCivilAirPatrol.com. Check that out and look up a little bit. Maybe it's something you want to do, or give Lieutenant Davis a phone call at the number we mentioned before, and that may also be on the website, is it? Contact information, an email or something, I'm sure is there.
Might be.
And I understand you also have a presence on Facebook.
Yeah, it's Uintah Wilderness Squadron.
Ah, very good. So Uintah Wilderness Squadron. Search that and you'll find their page on Facebook. I'm sure there's a lot of current information there as well.
Yeah.
Very good. Do you have interest in growing?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it wouldn't hurt if we had a few people that think this might be their thing. Contact these good people and get involved. You might even get to go up in an airplane. That sounds like so much fun. What kind of other things are you involved in?
So we have a it's an encampment that they do, and it's a week long. They have one day that they actually go and do the orientation flights with all the planes, and they stay in like some barracks, like it's an Air Force base in Wendover.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a wonderful military feel to this. Are both of you interested in the military?
I've been interested in the military for a while. I am probably about since I was 6. I've always wanted to join.
Well, it must be feel very good to be wearing a uniform like this and see your name on it. How about you?
I'm actually not so much interested in the military. I'm interested in some other aspects of it.
Do you like the flying part?
I like the flying part. I also like that they have search and rescue as well, things that we can do there.
Service and service-oriented things. We talked about that in our first segment, some of the focus on service for the Civil Air Patrol and I should say, the Uintah Wilderness Squadron. That's what you're all specifically called. And this is part of, I should have asked this before, is this all part of something larger? I gathered that from the first segment.
Yeah, it's
a
like,
state organization, and
it's
perhaps a
actually
national?
Yeah.
Even larger. Well, it's great to have you here. I'm glad the Civil Air Patrol is back. I'm glad you two are both part of it. And I wish you well and good service. And we thank you for watching Local Point. And stay tuned for this week's community calendar.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to this week's Community Calendar, brought to you by the Vernal Area Chamber of Commerce. You know what they're doing. They're building commerce one member at a time. Let's get right into this weekend's schedule. Friday, February 3rd, we've got high school basketball, Tabiona at Duchesne. The boys' varsity game starts at 7 p.m., and you can get live coverage on VTV6 and VTVChannel6.com, so you have no excuse not to watch this. It's both on the TV and on your computer, or your iPad, or whatever else. Saturday, February 4th, this is the 7th annual ice fishing tournament on Steinecker, or Staniker, depending on how you pronounce it. We did mention this event before in a previous community calendar, but you know what happened? It wasn't cold enough yet. There wasn't enough snow. That's changed, hasn't it? We've got plenty of snow now, don't we? So they changed the date, so now that the lake is frozen enough that you can walk across it, you can drill a hole and you can fish. That starts from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's also the Super Casino Night, right there. This is happening at the Uintah Conference Center. Doors open at 5:30, dinner at 6, and games at 6:30. Hey, what a great chance to maybe get a babysitter for your kids, take your spouse for some fun in Vernal. Tickets are available at Davis Food and Drug in Vernal. Thank you, Davis. Now taking a look into next week. We got February 6th through the 12th. Starting on Tuesday, February 7th, we have the Vernal Trauma Awareness Seminar. This is going to be happening at the USU campus in Vernal. It's from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. The very next day, Wednesday, February 8th, they're going to have that exact same seminar, but in Roosevelt at the USU campus there in Roosevelt. Again, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. My guess is that 1 hour break is probably lunch. Smart. All right, Thursday, February 9th now. It's the Sports Spin. Watch as we analyze high school sports. And when I say we, I mean Mark Mason and John Nurdin, because they're the sports guys. If I was to analyze it, it would be like they're playing a game and everybody's doing great. Also on Thursday, we got more high school basketball. Tabiona at Altamont. It starts at 8:30 p.m. Where can you watch it? Oh, I don't know, maybe VTV Channel 6? VTV6.com or VTV6 cable. Friday, February 10th now. More high school basketball, Stansbury at Union. Girls game starts at 5:15. Boys starts at 7 p.m. Where can you watch it? VTVchannel6.com or VTV6. Also on Friday, Vernal Theater Live, they got a new show. Hey, all you people who came and saw Charlie's Aunt. It's the very last time I'm ever going to say this, Charlie's Aunt. You know it was a great show. Those who didn't see it, ask those people who did. Little Women. I haven't seen it yet, but they've invited me to come see it. This is going to be great. So I'm going to tell you about it right now, but then next week I'm going to tell you how awesome it is, because I already know that it's going to be awesome. I'm going to watch it next week, and then when we do community calendar, so the days that it's playing is the 10th, 11th, which is Friday and Saturday of next week, and then the 13th, 16th, 17th, 18th, which is the following Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then that's it. No more chances after that. So make sure that you get your tickets early, all right? Go to vernaltheater.com. That's theater spelled with an R-E at the end. All right, Saturday, February 11th, it's Women's Day Out. This sounds fun. For women, I guess. Vernal's Western Park. It's from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It says it's an event packed with jewelry, women's health booths, cooking, home decor, children's books, and much more. Go check it out. Also, if you're not going to be in the Vernal area, but you're going to be in the Rangeley area on Saturday, the Rangeley Area Chamber of Commerce is having the Crab Crack. Is that up here somewhere? Crab Crack. That's quotes. I'm assuming it has something to do with eating crab. I hope so. It's at the Weiss Center in Rangeley, Colorado. Did I say that already? It's $65 a person, $375 for a table. Get a hold of Rangeley Chamber of Commerce for more information on that. Let's get into our weekend weather. Weekend lows. We are averaging around 20 degrees, but you can see that we're warming up quite a bit. Maybe some of the snow is going to melt away. Saturday, even a high of 40 degrees. That's going to feel like $1,000,000. Yeah, everybody's going to be out in shorts and tank tops in that kind of weather. Into next week, our lows average mid to upper 20s. Highs continue to be in that high 30, low 40 range. We do have a slight chance of showers coming up on Tuesday, and then you got partly cloudy for most of the week. Wednesday and Thursday, maybe a little bit more sun shining through those days. Those are the events we have for this week's community calendar. If you have an event coming up, please let us know. The number is 435-781-1902, or you can always leave a comment. I love to hear from you. I love to hear about your day. Thank you for watching. Like VTV6 on Facebook. We will see you here next time.